Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order at 1 p.m. and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next roll call. Start here.
Herschel Rostov.
Scott Fisher.
Larry McPhail.
Bruce Ansel.
Bossman.
John Crawford.
Ray Davidson.
All right. We're going to move into the Volunteer Pension Board meeting, and the first item is the approval of the January 16th minutes. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. And we have 2 volunteer separations. Chief?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. It sounds like we have some volunteer members that have been inactive for extended periods of time, and this is Stephen Bowerman and Jonathan Kirk, and we would look for a separation for them.
Okay. And I guess it's my understanding that we end up paying their insurance and stuff. I'm not sure exactly what all that is, but
$30 of disability and $60 pension.
right. So we've been continuing to pay that even though they have not been active with the district, and so by separating them, we no longer are liable for those payments. Is that part of the reason?
Do we have like a cutoff date when we invoking this?
I don't know.
I think training sends them letters, and after the 3rd letter, they're separated.
So it's not a surprise to us.
Okay, is there a motion to separate these 2 members?
I move to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Any other issues before the Volunteer Pension Board? Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. All right, regular Board of Commissioners meeting. Any public comment? And we will start with firefighter recognition.
That's what I get to do.
All right.
Commissioners, Chief Vanderveen kind of asked me to recognize Geraldine Clicks as a volunteer today. So I'm going to have her come up in just one moment. But just as a little background, I started with District 4, so prior to the consolidation of services, I was a captain there. So that's why he kind of asked me to do it, because we're the original ones that hired Geraldine. So come on up, Geraldine. As you know, our mission statement, our value statement kind of talks a little bit about being innovative in the community and being a leader in the community. And I think Geraldine Clicks here has embodied that for not only North Whatcom, but also for District 4 throughout her 8 years of volunteer service. Is that correct? Maybe even longer. I tried to look. I couldn't remember my password. And I'm sure.
We started in January 2011.
2011, and I had a whole speech prepared too, but I left it at home.
You'll have to send that to me
Just
later.
saying that for him. Also, make sure I get that to you. So some of the things that Geraldine's done that kind of embody that spirit. One of the things that she's amazing at is interacting with the community, and she has been so involved in. Well, I have Jenny's notes because I forgot mine. Fundraisers, including the Santa Run, Holland Axe, which was a fun run, the Pumpkin Party, the Hogs and Horses Car Show, holiday potlucks. There is others, because I had more on my list. And those kinds of things would have not been possible without you. I know you've devoted tons and tons of hours to those things, and those are how we kind of present ourselves to the community. So on behalf of District 4 and North Whatcom, I want to thank you for your service. And we have a couple plaques here for you. This is a certificate of appreciation for your years of service to North Wacom and for your dedication to District Fire or District 4 in North Wacom Fire District 5. So thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
And I'll as you can see, Geraldine is now with the Sheriff's Office. She was with the county, the jail system before.
Still the Sheriff's.
So, still the Sheriff's Office, but
Oh,
one
I
of
started in 2009.
2009, there, right on, 10 years, thank you. Because she is so good at what she does, kind of what I was just talking about, you, correct me if I'm wrong, you've accepted a position as a community
I'm the mental health
interaction.
deputy for the county.
So she's
Oh, okay.
carrying that spirit right along. She's being involved in dealing with those people on just that face-to-face level, which is so important for the work that we do in the community. So we just appreciate it. And we know that you're going to do an amazing job at that too. So, all right, thanks, Sharon.
Thank you.
Maybe we can shake all their hands.
Thank you.
Congrats.
You can't get rid of me, Debbie. Well, I know, but you really just want to see my husband. It's okay. Can I get a picture? Thank you. Thank you. And I also just want to thank you guys for, I know everybody's got to be on board with the Community Paramedic and Grace Team program. I don't know if you guys have heard a lot about that. But I work with the Community Paramedic. There's a group of 3 of us. So I personally work with Aaron Wolven. I know on this side of the county it's Ben Russell. So I don't know how much interaction you guys have had learning about that program, but
Look, his name's up there.
oh, perfect. Even better. So we just appreciate your support, you know, trying to come up with innovative new ways of reducing 911 calls due to mental illness and getting those people the support that they need in our community. So it's we're looking to help make positive changes and reduce call rates. So thank you.
Thank you.
Me.
Yeah, that's one item that was on my bucket list of things for the district was to recognize our employees for job well done, and thanks to all of you who brought this to our attention, and yeah, we hope to continue our relationship with you in the community. Thank you so much. Our next item is the approval of the consent agenda. In that agenda is the January 16th meeting minutes, the chief reports, the financial reports, and the vouchers, and I will read those numbers into the record. The direct deposit payroll was $320,115.44. Benefits vouchers were $204,014.46. Monthly expenditure vouchers, $283,179.48. Capital projects voucher, $17,748.86. Everyone should have had an opportunity to review that. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move to approve.
Second?
Any discussion, any items you need clarification for?
No, I'm good.
All right, hearing and seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Good time. Next item is commissioner meeting reports. Probably.
I went to a FIT meeting on the 5th of February. The FIT is the First In Training SCORE program that's going on in Red Inn. Basically, it's going well. They have 18 students. They're going to be going to North Bend to do some training in May. And basically, they're using our training grounds and things are going great.
You said 18?
18 students.
Do you know the demographics of where they live in the community at all?
They're either being transported in from Bellingham or Meridian, because those are only two school districts involved at this point. They're outreaching to other school districts. There's a lot of red tape to get those students to this program. Ferndale seems to be kind of stickler to that, but they're outreaching to other high schools as well. So this isn't part of the Meridian School District, it's an outright third party that's doing this.
Right. And is there a commissioners?
I have a
County commission?
Yeah, I have a 911 board meeting on it, so we're gonna talk about where we're at with either joining the dispatch centers or keeping them as is. Where we're at.
Anyone else?
No, I didn't attend any.
Local 106, anything?
Yep, just on behalf of everyone from Local 106, we wanted to thank Commissioner Bosman for his years as the chair. We know it always hasn't been easy or pretty, but we think you've done an amazing job, and we appreciate the years that you put in as the chairman. And Bruce, we look forward to working with you as the chair, and so we appreciate everything you've done and everything that you're going to do, as well as everyone else like that. So thank you. That's all we have.
Yeah, that's been a lot of time and effort that Rich put in, and I'm really looking forward to the extra workload. Or calling you. Legal issues.
Commissioners, it hasn't been pretty quiet over the last month. We've reviewed the interlocal agreement here with Bellingham Ladder truck swap, and it'll be on your agenda coming up. Just smattering of other legal issues. The one thing I did want to mention, an interesting case was decided by the appellate courts and Supreme Court, and it dealt with San Juan County had created a public records protocol for challenging a denial of public records. So when there's an exemption, you provide an exemption log to a requester. It also said that if you requester, if you don't like that, you disagree with our analysis, you have to go through an administrative process, which was essentially the prosecuting attorney would review that, and you have to exhaust that administrative remedy before you brought suit. And the requester in this case decided not to do that when he went to court, and the county said, no, you have to go through our process first, and the court said, no, you don't. It doesn't provide for that in the statute. So I went back, because we had, as you might recall, not too long ago adopted our own public records policy, and I put some language in there. I don't feel like we need to change anything. We do have in paragraph 18 a mechanism for review when we deny a request and we say that a record is exempt. We do have kind of an internal process, but it's not required that that a requester go through that. It's just really for us to take a second look at things if the requester disagreed. So I think that that's fine, that's still consistent with the case, but any kind of, and I had seen kind of an evolution in agencies creating these policies to say you must go through our process first and exhaust that before you can sue. So the court has put an end to that. We're still compliant, and a requester might choose to go through our process or not if we deny a request. But we're pretty conservative when it comes to exempting records.
So is this ruling then more in favor of the requester?
It is, yeah. It basically puts a stop to an agency saying you have to go through our little process before you can go straight to court.
It's a state law anyway, isn't it?
It's not actually it's not in the statute, but the court found that it essentially overrode the legal rights that a requester had to go to court and get relief when the agency said no. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Next is unfinished business. Item 1 is merger with District 4. We have an update.
We've reached out to Karen Reed to get some, see if she's willing to prepare something for the upcoming retreat. We haven't gotten any response back from her on whether she's able to do that or not, so we're still on hold waiting for an answer from her.
my understanding is that nothing would move forward on this until next year. Anyway, is kind of what the flavor is at this point.
That's my understanding also, is because of the timing on things, the amount of reaching out to the public and the interaction with them, and working out the EMS levy in particular, can be a complicated piece of this, and those things are gonna make it take a little bit of time to get.
I might jump in a second. So you know we have this, I mentioned before, we got a ruling from the Department of Revenue, IN1 regarding the EMS levy and whether that would transfer over, which I really don't think is correct.
Right.
We reached out to the local assessor, who's new, right, just recently elected, and the assessor's gonna be talking with the Department of Revenue and confirming if that is correct or not. I felt like we needed to double check that, so that's in process, and I'll report back when I hear it.
Because the rumor was that it would come.
It would transfer over. That's what I got from Department of Revenue.
Right. But
Right.
the gut feeling is these taxpayers didn't vote
Didn't,
for it, so
correct.
it shouldn't transfer over.
That's my thought.
Hopefully we don't have to go to court.
All right, so we're gonna continue to try to, touch base with, Karen Reed, and hopefully she can either attend our study session or provide us with a little more information.
Correct, that is our direction.
All right. Bellingham ladder truck swap, we had a document in here, for our review. Is that completed yet, or are we still in?
I reviewed it and sent it back and said it looked okay.
Okay. I know it went back and forth recently, so I wasn't sure of the current status. Yeah, it sounds like it's ready for.
So both parties have agreed as long as it went through legal review. And so we need a motion to go ahead and approve and sign that document and move forward. When would this occur? Do we have any?
Well, the shop in Bellingham would like to get it out today, but, so as soon as you agree, we make the motion, we can make that happen.
All right, so there, I think everyone saw this contract of trading one of our older non-used engines for a ladder truck from Bellingham that may actually be in better shape than our current reserve ladder. And so I'll entertain a motion to go ahead and allow the chief to sign that ladder truck swap document.
To approve, motion to approve. Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you for working on that. I'm assuming then, are we intending to surplus our apparatus after this is done?
Yeah, CP 401 out there is what we'll end up swapping with that new ladder, and we'll end up salvaging 401, whatever way you end up doing that. But we'll obviously get a review from the mechanics to find out what is salvageable out there, or if we need to get rid of. We're gonna try and actually swap as much equipment and wheels and everything onto the new ladder.
That surplus request will come to you in the future, it's not in this packet.
Sure. Interlocal agreement where the paramedic training, Whatcom County paramedic training, is that contract resolved?
We have reviewed it and provided input, and I don't know what the status is on behalf of the county. I don't know if the county has.
No, it's not coming.
It hasn't been returned from the county yet.
So our review is complete
Correct.
with some minor edits from you, or?
We redrafted what came to us originally.
Okay, major edit?
Yeah.
Is that the one that we had in our packet then?
Yes.
Yes.
So assuming the county agrees with it, we can sign it, yes?
I would be fine with that.
Okay. So can we entertain a motion then that if and when that document returns. And I know that it was at a retroactive date to January 1 because the class has already started. And, have we received any payments at all at this point? So to cover the expenses, the labor costs and the training costs for the 2 students that we have. I mean, if there's nothing else that needs to happen except sign it when it comes back, can we entertain a motion to direct the chief to do that when it comes back?
I move to approve.
Any questions or discussion on that?
Well, I would expect that there's some major changes to it. We would know that before we sign it.
Well, yeah, I guess, I mean, it would still have to pass through legal review.
I think if there's gonna be any kind of material changes, it probably should come back before the board again. So we don't know what the county's gonna do with this. It was a pretty significant overhaul.
What were, if you could Reader's Digest us on your concerns?
It doesn't look like it was drafted by anywhere. I mean, no disrespect, it was.
So it was easy to read first.
So it wasn't very organized, it used terms that were inconsistent, and just left some ambiguities. So it really needed to be overhauled.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, we want to get that enforced as soon as possible, so unless there's a red flag, then it has to come back here. The motion is to go ahead and have the chief sign it when it's ready. Everyone?
We're ready to vote.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous, thank you. Thank you for your time and effort revamping this document. Dakota Creek Bridge update.
So Dakota Creek Bridge, we all know the issue as far as the rate impact that's on that bridge. I have had meetings with both City of Ferndale, District 7 I should say, and Linden Fire as of yesterday, looking at how we're going to change our block files and increase our awareness of when we need a ladder truck in a particular area and where that's going to be coming from, including up to the I-5 corridor to help the city of Blaine if our resources are out. So we've got all the block files out, and we are going through each one of the pages to look at how we can add multiple units. The one thing that Bellingham doesn't currently do, that our dispatch doesn't do, is automatic move-ups. So we're looking at automatic move-ups to include that in the dispatch so that we can get better coverage in areas because of our concurrent calls that we have. So all of those, every one of those pages need to be gone through in this particular area affecting the bridge area. Especially if we think about if we need a ladder truck in the city, how long does it take us to get the ladder truck from 63 or 63's crews out on a transport? How long it takes 43's or their ladder to get there from Ferndale? So we're working with that right now. I'm supposed to come up with also some other contingency plans that are out there, including our response plan, looking at different apparatus and that. So I am currently working on that right now. I have direction from the chief to put together a presentation for you. And I'm sure I'll probably have that done by the commission meeting.
So maybe for the general public, how does this impact us? I mean, how often is that bridge an impediment to our response?
Well, anytime we run a heavy apparatus over it, it impedes our response. So everything from AFAs to motor vehicle accidents, you need more than one unit that would end up being under an engine out there, a ladder truck, or a water supply such as a tender. And so I'll have the numbers for you exactly how many times we would need to go across the bridge over there, but it delays our response coming all the way around on the I-5 corridor, basically.
Is that on every apparatus up besides an 8-car?
Correct. And car to brush rig, the only two that can actually go over that. Everything else weighs too much.
And it's my understanding that we talked with Luann Van Orden's office.
I believe so.
And do we need a supporting letter from the board on this issue? I know that we haven't really weighed in as a board.
I mean, I think absolutely that would help. I mean, that's part of what I'm supposed to be putting together, sort of a contingency plan for her as well. She has some idea what the actual impact are, what the numbers are.
So, it's my understanding that this bridge is on the 20-year repair list, meaning that in about 20 years they may do something to help us out, which is unacceptable in my opinion. And we were led to believe that there might be some emergency funds available through the state if they were tapped into. Now, of course, the failure of the transportation tax car tab thing has led most political representatives to say we don't have any money. But I believe Luann had indicated that it's just a matter of where you go.
Should we, obviously you would think cahoots with the city of Blaine out in front.
Yeah, when we met with her, she did indicate that there are funds available in an emergency fund that's set aside for these types of things, and that the piece that we need to work on is to kind of leverage that fund, show that it's important enough that this project get done and tap into some of that money. And so that was the first part of the process, was getting us in a conversation about it. I know there was a recent legislative interaction that the fire departments were down talking to people there, and this was brought up as one of the items, specifically the bridge was brought up as one of those things in those discussions. So we are starting that process of informing people. I've had discussions also with actually two of the city council members with the city of Blaine independently outside of the meetings. They're tackling similar problems with the train in that area, and so they recognize our problem and see them as connected to some extent, because one problem makes the other problem even more difficult. If that's blocked by a train, or if we can't get across the bridge and there's a train in the other location, they consider them tied. So I think that there's going to be a desire in the future to work on this together. I think a letter would be a great first step, and I believe that we're working on drafting the content of that for you.
I would guess that outside of our sphere, very few people in the county know about this issue.
Correct.
My suggestion would be to get that letter out as soon as possible and CC it to city councils of Blaine and Linden, probably Northern Lights, Linden Tribune, Bellingham Herald.
Yeah.
Bellingham Herald, yeah.
Get that,
And
get
send
it
it
out
to
there.
me, I'll send it out.
Yeah, get it out there so people know
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to discuss community response impact, right? I mean, because if I'm Joe Blow citizen and I don't know, but if you say, hey, if your house catches on fire, we may not be able to get there, or at least get a complement of firefighters there in a timely fashion, because we are not allowed to cross this bridge. I think that might bring some public pressure, you know, and if we can get the public to start writing letters on that behalf, that typically has a little more influence with the legislation.
I think you'll find that the people in Birch Bay are very well aware of how the train affects them. And then you can't get over the, you know, they know what that's all about, and so I'm sure they'll have something to say about it if we inform them.
Then there's related issues, because if we can't get somewhere and we need apparatus from Linden, and something big happens in Linden, their apparatus is not available because it's helping us. So this pebble in the water effect, which people need to be aware of.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'm just looking for consensus from the board if we're on board with drafting a letter and sending it out once we get all the information. And I would say if we can do that before our next meeting, that would be acceptable to everyone else here.
Yeah, I think it's a good move, especially the newspaper. Well, that'll bring it to a head fast.
So maybe we can get that information out and draft it, and if, you know, I'd be happy to look at it as well if there's a draft form, and then perhaps we can just shoot it to the board for review, and then get it sent off as soon as it's ready.
And I work with Johnny with the Northern Light a lot on this sort of stuff, see him at the council meeting, so it shouldn't be hard at all to find time to educate him on this subject.
Perfect. City of Blaine Fire Marshal Services, we resolved?
Yeah. Getting there, we're getting really close. So we have contracts that, we've had a contract that's been going back and forth between the attorneys. It's gone to their attorney and then back to us, and then it's been forwarded back to the city planning director for her to look at it, forward to their attorney again. So we're in the third revision at the moment, and I'm not sure where we are with that, but it looks like we're getting close, and so they've revised it, we've revised it, and it's back to them to look at, either accepting or revising further.
Okay. Currently, are we charging for services or not?
So the city ordinance is in place now to collect fees for the work that's being done. So the city is charging fees for permits for the work that we're doing. They're collecting that. The contract has an effective date of January 1st of 2020, and it would be retroactive to capture any of the fees that have started since January 1st. There wasn't a fee resolution in place prior to that, so there's no way to really capture any fees. And so that's for the construction aspect of it. The contract piece has a lump sum payment in it, essentially for other services that we provide, specifically fire investigation. And so that's in that contract, and it's an annual fee lump sum for the entire year. So it would be the same regardless of when we sign the document.
So, is this something that the chief signs, or is it something that the board signs?
I think it would be something that the board would sign.
So we'll table this again and hopefully have it ready for our next meeting. Next item under unfinished business is a unreturned laptop computer from a former commissioner.
At the last meeting, Commissioner McPhail offered to call and talk to former Commissioner Berkeley, so.
Yeah, and I did call him. And he said he would be interested in trading his name tag for the computer. He would do that. But he also wanted a letter saying that he did not it was not his fault for missing those last meetings. It was medical issues, but he wants a letter from the board. So that was his last word. I've not talked to him since.
All right, well, the unexcused absences were unexcused, and that's just a fact. So it's my understanding now that we will take legal action, either through the sheriff's department or the court or whatever, and have that laptop somehow returned to us.
Yeah, and the discussion I've had with the fire chief is that he's followed up with the sheriff's office or City Blaine Police, I'm not sure which one he talked to, and that the best action is a civil suit that we filed directly, and that he said he would move forward with that with direction from me.
Okay, So is the board willing to move forward with, getting our property returned?
If we just gotta give them a name tag and a letter. But I understand there's a legal obligation there, but if he wants a name tag and a letter saying, you know, these were medical things, might be a little bit cheaper than going the legal route.
I agree.
But I know who we're dealing with too. So,
What's the legal
I don't want that to go.
So,
Is there a legal opinion?
well, I mean, the commission was well within its rights to, declare the seat vacant because of the absences were unexcused. I don't think that's a reasonable request. The name tag is de minimis, that would be fine. I'm trying to think, we didn't fill the seat, right? So, and he didn't show up, so it wouldn't have invalidated any actions in other words, if we now, I was trying to think if we now said, well, the seat really shouldn't have been declared vacant, and we put another commissioner in, that didn't affect the votes. So I guess it's a business decision in a sense for the commission to decide whether to do that, and certainly be cheaper. And don't disagree with Commissioner Crawford, because there's really two avenues for civil, what the law enforcement is telling you is, it's not big enough for us to get involved. It is criminal, but because it's conversion of property, it doesn't belong to former Commissioner Berkeley. But the two avenues are small claims, and all you can get there is a monetary judgment. I don't know what the value of a used computer would be. It's probably not too much. You wouldn't need an attorney for that action. You wouldn't get what you want. The other action would be very costly, and that would be because you'd have to hire me to go into Superior Court to get an order for it to be returned. That would be well in excess of the cost of the device.
It's not a matter of cost. I mean, seriously, we're elected by the taxpayers. He has property that belongs to the taxpayers that he refuses to give back. He wants a letter in which we speak an untruth to satisfy him to give it back. And I personally would not be in favor of that. I think we owe it to
I'm
the
kind of
judge.
looking at it like this, if I buy him a Hallmark card and give this nameplate, I'm saving a lot of money, which is benefiting the taxpayer, or that, you know, what so.
That's fine, a Hallmark card would be fine. But a letter signed by all the commissioners saying, we made a mistake, you really should not have been given unexcused absences would not be a true statement.
And I don't know what communications the chief has had with the sheriff's department, it's probably the sheriff's jurisdiction, depending on his residence, I don't know where that is, but I'm happy to call Sheriff Albo and see if we couldn't get a deputy in contact with him, see if we can short circuit it.
What exactly did he want, Larry? He wants an apology letter?
As far as best I can remember what he exactly wanted, of course, the name tag was offered, and he said, right away, he said yes, and then he said, but those last 3 months, he claimed he was medically unable to attend, and he said, it wasn't that I missed him, he says, medically I was not able to go, and he said, I want you to write a letter accepting that is the reason why I didn't show up, and not that I was dismissed. That was pretty much his exact words. I didn't show up because of medical reasons, it wasn't, and I should not have been gotten rid of because I didn't show up. He just wants a letter that says that. And personally, myself, whatever the board wants, I see both sides of the argument, but whatever the board wants, I'd be happy to go along with that.
Well, I think I would be willing to at least make an effort with the sheriff's department before. I agree with Rich, is that we spent a lot of time and effort choosing to vacate that position based on excused absences on top of 20-plus more absences from regular meetings during his tenure here. I'm not willing to give him a pass for that, so I would say at least we check it out, and, you know, if it looks like it's gonna exceed the value of the equipment, then we decide if we wanna send the department.
Carolyn just left, could I have her stop by on her way out?
Oh, yeah.
I've got her number, I can call her back.
Well, my understanding is that the sheriff would be more than willing to go out there after the civil process is not successful. In other words, we go through the civil process, he does not return or ignores it, then they would go out. That was second or third hand information, so if you can.
Work at this point too.
Right, so if you got an in where you can find out, that'd be great.
Let me make a call and see if we can find it.
All right, we will, table this until next meeting. Further updates. All right, any other unfinished business? Move on to new business. We have, surplus vehicle resolution 2020-01.
We have some surplus vehicles that we're looking to get rid of. They're pictured in Exhibit A here. Tender and an engine. The engine is the one that is swapping with the Bellingham ladder truck.
Number one is the one we're trading,
The
resolution.
Yeah, the first resolution is the surplus vehicle has two vehicles in that resolution.
Oh, the one is the tender, I'm assuming, is that the one that was damaged?
Yes.
Okay. And the insurance made payment on behalf of the repairs for that, and that we potentially have a buyer for the chassis. Correct. And the other one, this is the engine that's gonna be swapped.
Correct, with Bellingham for the ladder truck.
Okay. So is there a motion to approve resolution 2020-01?
Yes, I'll make a motion. I move to approve resolution 2020-01 surplus vehicles.
Any further discussion, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Resolution 2020-02 is a surplus vehicle donation. I believe that's an aid car we want to send out of the country.
Yes, that's correct. We were notified that a department down in Mexico was looking for an aid car, and this was going to be an item that was surplus, and so we're looking at donating the surplus vehicle to them.
And it's my understanding that we surplus several others, and this one didn't sell or was not in a.
I don't believe we put this one up for auction because we knew that it was going to be donated.
Yeah, we surplused 3 of them, held this one back for the donation.
Is this the same agency we worked with before?
No, it's kind of the same, it's different, but same outcome.
So it's a reputable.
Yeah, it's just a kind of change of hands with some people in the organizations.
So is there a motion to approve resolution 2020-02?
Yeah, I can make a motion. I move to approve resolution 2020-02 surplus vehicle donation.
Second.
Any further discussion? Who pays the shipping on
They'll take care of it. The only thing we might have to do is hold on to it for a couple of months at both our stations until they're ready to pick it up.
that? All in favor of the resolution?
Aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Resolution 2020-03, increasing the BLS transport rates, another $14 that I believe didn't occur last time. It puts us in line with all of our other agencies around us.
That's correct.
So the number we got last time that we just sort of verbally agreed to was last year's number, and they had updated all of them.
That's my understanding.
You made the motion in September.
But then this will be by resolution to
Yes.
adopt the new rate of $667 from $650 per week. Is there a motion to approve resolution 2020-03? Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? Resolution 2020-04 is cancellation of a warrant.
So, there was a check that was printed but not issued that was done as a part of a payroll payment, which was affected by a checkbox in our software. And by having that checkbox checked, it created the payment, never went anywhere. We found out later that that shouldn't have been issued, and so we're canceling that check.
So have we figured out how to not do that in the future? Very good. Is there a motion to cancel the warrant resolution 2020-04?
Yes, I'd like to move to approve resolution 2020-04, cancellation of warrant.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? Any other new business? Move on to policies and procedures. Probably from your office.
Could be.
Just a guess. There are two policies and procedures. One's for deputy fire marshal and one is for fire investigator. I'll let you enlighten us. That sounds great.
So we're putting forth some policies, because we haven't had specific policy on these new proposed positions. What we're looking to do is bring on some existing staff members to add some responsibility to those existing staff members and have them qualified to fill in as the workload dictates. That would be done through overtime hours. I've seen this work and is an effective way to balance the workload without needing to hire a full-time person into those positions. It would be supporting the existing staff. It would be training them to the level where they could fill in for fire investigations or work alongside me, and the same thing with code-related deputy fire marshal things. It also helps a lot because, as you can imagine, the construction industry is very up and down based on the economy. And having a position that is an overtime position, somebody that's been trained and skilled and qualified to do that work, if the workload gets really high, then that person can come in specifically to do work with the increased workload that's there. And then if things slow down, then that workload would be cut back. So it's a pretty cost-effective way to get this work done without needing to hire new positions. And these two policies for job descriptions were designed around that concept.
Okay. Any questions from anyone? Did your office review these at all, or do we need to?
I don't think you need to.
Okay. Now, we're talking about starting a department-wide policy and procedure creation review, et cetera. Is this impacted in any way, shape, or form, or are we getting out in front of that with this, or help me understand?
Right. The timing of this is that there are specific times during the year when the larger and level training things happen. So we need to get the policy in place so that we can look to fill those positions in a timely manner to get that work, to get the training done. And as it relates to the policy work that Lexipol's doing, this would fall in like any of our existing policies that we have. Once it's voted on, it would then be forwarded to Lexipol. They would then look at it and review it, and we would merge it into the existing policies in the same format as on the rest of our job description policies. And we have spent time with labor management. We've met with them on this concept twice now. They did look at the set of policies before we brought them to you.
Okay. And when Lexipol takes care of all of our stuff, are we gonna have a new numbering system?
Gosh, I hope so.
I love the 0400.0016.00 filing number that we have. Very good. I only have one question, believe it or not. And it was on the fire investigator job description. A very simple question. The fire investigator shall report directly to the fire marshal. I mean, I would assume, or his designee would be standard language if we're going to have a deputy fire marshal at some time. I was just curious if we wanted to include some sort of language like that. And if you say no, they always report directly to the fire marshal, then I'm okay with that too. It would be page 1, general 1.0 and 2.0 supervision received. I just do this so you know that.
Right. Exactly. The reason it's laid out that way is so that there's a clear chain of command in the conversations, and that if there is specific knowledge and skill that an investigator has, there may not be that institutional knowledge or the technical knowledge of anybody other than the fire marshal to be able to supervise that. So I think that the fire marshal is the right person to supervise that because of the technical knowledge.
Very good. Thank you. So we have two separate policies. So we have a motion to approve the first one, which is the deputy fire marshal.
I could make a motion to, I move to approve number 0400 period 0016 period 00 deputy fire marshal.
Second.
Questions, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Number 2, fire investigator. Is there a motion to approve the job description for fire investigator?
I'll try that one.
I
I move to approve number 0400 period 0017 period 00 fire investigator. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you for bringing those forward. Correspondence. So we had several letters of appreciation. Always like to see those. And then we have the auction receipts for the 3 aid cars. And where do we put that money? Does it go into the apparatus fund, or where does that end up?
I believe it goes back into the general fund.
In the general fund? Just curious. And then our monthly newsletter, thank you for that. correspondence?
No, nothing I'm aware of.
Okay, well, I don't know, if you wanna, you did forward us, the letter on the gas can issue. Is that,
That was
Just
more or less
FYI?
figure- Yeah, more or less
Okay.
figure out information.
all right. We got an email concerning, the number of gas cans that are being transported in people's vehicles across the border, and, yeah. I think it is an issue, I don't know how you would enforce, stopping it from happening, but every time I go to Costco and see all the SUVs open up and buy gas cans, actually the other day I was there and someone had put them in the back of their pickup and left the tailgate down, so when they left Costco, 2 cans rolled out onto the sidewalk in the street, and the person continued on not knowing that the gas cans had even fallen out of the vehicle, so.
That's better than an SUV. I see the same thing, and you can just about say that for a head-on collision, 100% death is gonna what's happened. If you have 5 or 10 gallons of gas in your car and a head-on collision, there's no escape.
I think that's why they have regulations for how gas tanks are built.
I think so.
All right, well, announcements, board meeting attendance on the 19th. Is everyone able to attend that meeting?
This is a Friday, right?
No, the original, was printed was the 13th, the 19th is our regular Thursday.
Oh, it's a regular, oh,
Yeah.
I will be gone on the 19th, so I'll be at that meeting.
I think I can make that
Everyone else okay?
Yeah.
And then, the retreat is the 27th, that's a Friday.
one. That's a Friday,
And
okay.
that's at 9 o'clock in the morning at Station 12.
Okay, 9, station, okay.
Will there be an agenda coming out for, yeah?
I would
Have we
assume.
started one yet?
There has not been one started now.
Well, I know that John's gonna make a presentation from CSI, and I know that Commissioner Crawford has asked that we have a discussion on, volunteer program, future of the volunteer program. So there's 2 items for the agenda. And I don't know if, Karen Reed or her designee is gonna come, that would be the 3rd one.
And then I'm assuming there's gonna be some sort of budget update or at least amendments or at least discussion of how we're currently budgeting versus how we used to budget. Just more informational than anything else. So we'll get those started and then we can all work with, Chief Vanderveen when he returns on, and if anyone else has any thoughts or ideas of what you want to cover during that time. It's kind of our chance to get together and discuss things outside of a regular meeting, that we can delve into some topics, a little more in depth.
When's the chief gonna come back?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, okay.
And Renee's gone again too. Next month.
We'll work with him to get the agenda done. So you have, budget amendment for the next meeting. District 4 merger still on. Hopefully the ladder, we've resolved the ladder truck swap, that can be signed when it comes through. The interlocal agreement can be signed when it comes through. Dakota Creek Bridge will have a, well, I'm assuming that's resolved. We'll go ahead and send that letter so that we don't need to put it on. Should see that contract for fire marshal services and the commissioner laptop issue. We need to have an executive session, per RCW 42.30.1110 subsection G, to evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for public employment or to review the performance of a public employee. How long do we need for that?
Probably 20 minutes and we potentially have a decision.
Okay, so we are going to break for executive session for 20 minutes, and there may be a decision that comes out of that. Correct. Okay. Does Richard need to be here for that?
I don't think so, unless he wants to be.
Well, I know where to go.
Sorry.
Go off the clock, but,
Is someone able to give me a right over
Did you?
Apparently didn't talk to you.
The right over to City Hall?
Yeah, no, what about Kenny?
Yeah, I don't need to.
Did they approve it? I just don't
Hey,
know.
Gene, I don't need to be.
No, you don't, if you wanna get them. Yeah. No, clearly.
They haven't paid much for a long time.
When I came to 50, hey Ray, 50 to
Welcome to
And I walked over to my building, I'm on the fire department. You guys need my district, get out of here. Okay.
Take the frustrations out on,
All right, we're gonna reconvene after, executive session, and we have, one last motion before we sign documents and adjourn.
I would make a motion that the letter from Acting Chief Vanderveen reference Jenny Sand be put in her personnel file, and that she be given a 10% wage increase retroactive to January 1 of this year.
I saw it tonight.
Yeah.
Hearing no second.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second, yeah.
Any discussion? I have some. Jenny, your work on behalf of this fire district is, amazing. I think you touch almost every aspect of the organization, whether it be, taking notes, helping out with the negotiations, helping with, the parties, doing the newsletter, on and on and on. And, we made the move, at the end of last year to make you the, district secretary, even though you were probably already doing all those, jobs anyway. And so, based on, Chief Vanderveen's recommendation, you really deserve this, and we're hope that we can continue our relationship with you for a long, long time.
Thank you very much.
So with that, we will move to signing of the documents. Oh, I'm sorry, we had comment, we didn't vote, sorry. So all in favor of the recommendation for the salary increase, thank you. Say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous, thank you. Gotta have myself. It almost wasn't legal.
Well, I think you can do the signing on your own.
Yeah,
Let
let
us
us manage
Thanks
that.
for the offer.
Good job today, thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Scott. Take care.
Because you weren't at the next meeting.
Oh, right.
I think that this one is, yeah, and otherwise I don't have to leave people, three commissioners on there. And that one's just for you.
You did tell me to have a whole bunch of newspapers looking after, so.
Yeah, it's the details.
All right, here it goes.
Yep.
This is kind of interesting, 02/20/2020.
I know.
Special date.
Wow.
You can read it forward and backwards.
You need two commissioners in the chair on this one, Jay? Looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the cancellation, the warrant cancellation. So, was this the old one? Yeah. Okay. mine with my little yellow.
Gotcha. No, I mean, as far as,
That one?
there's no more pages that need signature,
Oh,
just
the
the
one.
one.
The other one comes back.
02/20/2020.
Yeah.
It's almost scary, right?
I know.
Well, that'll happen again in 100 more years.
Okay. It's a 100-year
Yeah.
phenomenon.
It is.
That would be amazing.
We have to issue it.
There was two, the one was only, or no, there was,
There's usually several of those, that I have to initial.
These are sent to the other ones.
Yeah, there's like 20 pages.
Oh, so this is all in one.
no, there should be, yeah.
Issues. This thing is huge over here. Maybe we've got it stuck together.
Oh, maybe they're stuck together? Oh, that's probably what it is.
There's like 5 of them, and you got them
Yeah.
all.
That's why it's so long.
Yeah. There we go.
It's Eclipse fault. Eclipse fault.
Yeah. Well, we were trying to do everything all early this month because Benita and Chief Energy were gone this week, so we tried to get it done like Friday and Monday was a holiday. So,
It's been a busy couple of weeks.
hasn't it? Yeah. Not done yet.
Not done?
Oh, I will.
Pretty easy to miss it. Great, that's basically what I did.
Well, you saw this, right? You can't do anything.
No, I didn't see this.
Surprise.
Checks.
Yeah, it's a check.
Thank you. How am I getting them to you? Or
I'm
you
gonna
staying
stay.
till I
And then I'll just take them back with me tomorrow.
Okay. Well, guess I know it now.
Jenny, this, it's not part of this.
Okay. Yeah, oh, right.
You're not signing on there yet? That's fine. And then a whole bunch of initials there.
So this one is missing. That one's missing, guys. Okay. And all this way now. So did this
I won't be here.
help?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I saw when you had written on the other one, that you put Mexico, so I put that in there. And, or you put that in there
Yes.
too, so I added.
Sensitive.
Yeah,
that would be
months
part of the
were
cheat
very
code.
helpful. Pardon me, it helps a lot.
Does it?
So,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wanted those on there to remind me.
Oh, good, okay.
Especially the letter from the board. that's why I
Yeah.
said it.
Oh, I bet.
Right.
Crazy.
Wife's going down there and
Stays out. What was this?
That's just a class, I didn't know if that's something you'd be interested in doing, so I just
Okay.
put that there for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Carriage Manor Resort.
In Phoenix?
Now, Jenny, you're gonna be curious, I'm gonna have to ask Heidi, what are you gonna do on that?
Yeah,
Are you
I
gonna-
think the wedding party should go on there, drive around with a cake. Well, she'd be that kind, I mean, I could consider her do that.
She's got tattoos on her elbow.
Oh, does she?
She's got one arm. We had Chief Hollander here, this is his daughter, she's getting married.
Okay.
Been there in the winter.
She's got,
Don't wanna be there.
one arm from basically from fingernails to her shoulder.
Also like a full sleeve.
I don't think it is a full sleeve, but it's,
Wow, and she
I was
was
asking my friend
in
about that.
school,
She
she
said, "Yeah,
was
this
the
is-
quietest, the sweetest, I mean, she's still a sweet little girl, but I think she speaks her mind a lot more now.
yes.
She's older.
Yeah.
I asked her,
Oh, I will check it out.
I asked her to marry me and
You won't do it, huh?
she didn't say no, but. She didn't say yes.
Yeah,
She didn't say
right.
yes. She didn't.
Yeah, so we're gonna be making some trips down there. My grandson's gonna be in Pasadena University, starting in the fall, so.
Okay. Two more, okay, we'll figure out who, I know,
I missed this.
somebody missed one,
A lot of kids from this county.
Might that be?
find out.
No, but I've heard about it.
Handwriting expert.
Mine was not there. I didn't have mine.
Yeah, you think,
So
you
I
think
was
that's,
the guy,
you
yeah.
think that's why she showed it to you?
Yeah, that was really
She wanted me
smooth.
to- I had to.
Do you know who's?
I don't know. Did you read this?
Yeah.
This- That's politically correct.
My boss, I got
Nothing gets a lot of TSD.
Well, I know it comes back to me, if it doesn't, Chris just goes here, take
Yeah.
it back.
Because we were watching that,
I learned.
Yeah.
I remember Jason wanted, we got, I think it was Boston, we had to, I had to drive out to where he works
no, we take
now.
the hands off.
Oh.
The game goes on.
But they're so, these ones are so easy to
That's
miss.
kind of,
Yeah, I mean, if you just,
It should be using
Check out
stuck
the
together.
picture, right?
You know, it's kind of curious. I don't know right now. Just when you think
Never
nothing's
done?
gonna happen. then
Yes, perfect.
He and I have a great relationship. I was up on Chuck here last year on a motorcycle. And this gal right
I moved to adjourn.
second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 2:57. We almost made it.
There we go.
Okay.
I give you my old report back, Jim, but it's all full of great highlights.
Oh, but you might as well keep it.
I gotta get working.
I mean, I don't have enough, like, reading material at home as it is, so.
You should just get audio
He's a
books.
great guy.
Somebody
His
read
book
it,
is very good.
then you just listen to it when you're in the car.
My wife would claim that I don't
Did you
hear
wanna,
that.
do you have some questions?
Yeah.
You wanna go into the
Tried to
other,
read some of that
we can go in
stuff.
my office if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
It's like,
She went right into it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Drunk?
So she has a dog,
Mhm.
and she's got no tie, the tires on this thing are long. She goes into the corner there, I'm checking it, and all I
sees the ass end of that.
Chris has the ability to speak.
This is not gonna end good. So I'm grabbing clutch
Yeah,
brakes, the
sure.
whole 9 yards.
I saw
Yeah.
her
And
keep
talking
reaching.
to her,
Well,
one time on the phone.
then she hit the wall, and she
You know,
was.
I bet that girl can speak.
I mean, when I walked up,
Yeah,
she
well,
was laying
I,
on the
originally that's where
door
she's
jamb.
from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
good.
so I
It's always
tried
good to
to
have a
force the
second
door
leg.
open.
Yes, that's right.
It's not
Well,
right.
get some sleep this month.
Window punch.
Pardon?
Not too much working on your vehicle, so you need to make
You
sure
start
you get some
coming to
sleep,
it.
cause you're up early like me.
And I look over.
I was surprised when I got here
Down
early
the passenger
now.
seat that is not,
Right.
I mean, usually he's frozen at this point, but he didn't even
Yeah.
watch the whole time all this was going on. And, you know,
I get to
mean,
work at 6.
Yeah, what time
she
she
did
did
work.
So she was distracted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't work
Yeah.
till 7:30, but
Oh,
I
that's
like going early and getting,
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
and then I go have coffee with the guys at 7.
Oh, good.
And that way
This
if
guy-
I, come back
He shows up.
past
coveralls,
7:30,
Big shirt on, big beard.
Yeah.
Well,
But when
he's
Eric's
there
gone,
like EMT.
Eric's usually
So
still
he's
sleeping
like,
when I
"What's
leave,
going
so
on?"
that's
I'm
like
like,
the other reason I
I
leave.
just thought he was like a passerby.
But
He's
when
like,
he's
"I'm
gone,
just-
I usually don't get there till
District 5. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I was just said, well, sir, there's been an accident.
I don't know if I want you
No.
touching me or not.
No.
so-
Really?
At the bottom of the
No,
hill.
that's a
Yeah,
good
he-
thing, there
he
was
showed
lakes
up.
other
He's like,
places,
"Are
right?
you okay?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'm fine."
You take
He
care.
goes, "What are you
Oh,
doing
yeah.
here?" That's my motorcycle. I said, "Oh, okay, so you're not involved." I'm like, "No, I'm not." So,
Good thing to probably use SCBA too.
Yeah. Well, he was their lead EMT, so it probably hasn't seen this.
Tell you stories about that.
It's like that. When I first became a commissioner in Duval, that would have been in '89. We made we're called volunteers, but they had to either shave their beards or.
Oh, you,
You know.
that was, well, you weren't here, none of you were here. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
District
Half
three.
of them quit.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Half of them wanted to hang you from the nearest rafter.
So I called Rich when this happened, but, Miss Harris.
I'm surprised she wasn't here.
I'm surprised too. So Miss Harris has an advocate, Michaela Jones. Okay. And Michaela Jones is very upset about the whole way this.
Do you remember the name, Jenny, of who was here with Wendy Harris when they came and spoke? Because the
She
one,
didn't sign in, but
the
she
one that was
wasn't-
with her was really quite reasonable, I thought. So
Yeah, I don't know who it was, and if she didn't sign in, I wouldn't have it on.
It must be somebody new that she's got.
She
Yeah.
sounds like she's,
She's a personal.
she's a friend.
Oh, just a
But
friend.
she's, kind of throwing the flag out. That's
Okay.
kind of the way it's kind of coming across.
And how are you?
So my wife's friend of a friend.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so apparently this is how she got my number from.
Okay.
It's like 3 friends and then my
Okay.
number got called. So she called me and decided to do the Wendy Harris needs this.